Pretty good.
Greetings, puny mortals. I'm the great and terrible NecroMage. Welcome to NecroMageTV Live, where we're about to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. I'm unconscious.
Oh yeah. It's Foley.
I'm gonna switch over to the gameplay screen so you can all see our lovely dungeon master, Christiana Lair.
Hi, everybody. I'm the one who might murder these fine feathered gentlemen. I don't know why I said feathered. You don't have feathers.
Only two of us are feathered.
Wait, no. None of you are Aarakocra or Owlin.
No, but our hats.
Yeah, our hats are feathered.
Okay, that's true.
That
One of the feathered people might die. Hi, my name is Christiana Lair. I am the author of The Rise of the Black Coven, a campaign that is currently being kickstarted on Kickstarter right now. Oh god, every time we do this, I forget to send you guys the link to copy paste into the chat. But
Gareth is always on top of it.
Gareth is incredibly reliable.
Blessed be the Gareth. Hallowed be thy name. Yes, it is a Kickstarter that we have been live streaming. This is episode 5, so if you haven't seen the other episodes, maybe barring the last one because it was really long, I don't know what you're doing here, but I appreciate it and I love you. And I hope you enjoy what you're about to see and that you go and pledge on the Kickstarter. It's live for another 2 weeks. 2 weeks left before wrap up, which is awesome. Finally, we're getting close to the end. So I'm ecstatic. Before we jump into it, we've got a couple of shout outs. We're going to, of course, shout out to Gallo Glass Games, the sponsor of Rise of the Black Coven. Their logo is there on screen for you. They are an indie company that has decided to back our very grassroots effort. They wanted to support queer initiatives, queer creators, and become forefront in the game publishing and production zone. So thank you to Gallo Glass Games. Also, big shout out to both the Deck Box and Monster Comic Lounge, who are local small businesses who have placed wholesale orders for Rise of the Black Coven. If you don't pledge, don't worry. I mean, like, worry a little bit. But if you don't pledge, don't worry a ton, because you'll be able to pick up your copy at either Monster Comics Lounge or the Deck Box in Halifax. And one more thing before we get going, the subject matter of child endangerment and child neglect is discussed in this campaign, but no actual child harm will be featured on camera. With that out of the way, we'll do a small recap for everyone. Not a huge one, because again, it's episode 5. If you're here and you haven't seen the other, they're fighting. They're fighting. They're dying.
Doing so much fighting.
we're fighting. We're dying. We're fine. We're all gonna be fine.
We missed everything.
Literally, yes. So our party last session decided to go in a bit half-cocked to fight the biggest fight of the introductory adventure. Kind of scattered, a little helter-skelter. Wasn't going super great, let's be honest. But the party did manage to accomplish certain things. Like they downed one of the witches, known as the Pendle Sisters. They downed Anna. The Unseen Servant has successfully burned to death many a scarecrow with its beautiful 15-foot movement speed. And one of the witches, harmed as she is from jumping down the well, went to pursue our own Killian Doyle, who jumped down the well and attempted to free some children. Not the well, the storage shed trapdoor, where they had discovered that children had been taken hostage in a secret compartment. Still on the battlefield, the combat is raging, fires are raging. There is a hellhound that has gone to retrieve a rope to aid its mistress that has become trapped because there is no way in or out of this place. You presume the rope ladder burned when the storage shed burned to the ground as well. Killian also discovered in this hidden trapdoor a strange Fabergé egg.
I found the secret egg.
You did.
You've solved my egg puzzle. The strange egg seemed completely immune to his magical attacks, and when it landed upright with a thud, perfectly still, without rocking. It is clearly evil to you, without any sort of need of further inspection, because it makes you feel evil. It does that thing where just looking at it gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Got the eyebrows.
It's
Give
got
us the Ghiblies.
It's got and let
Evil
just
eyebrows.
just so that we're clear for everyone on the stream. I did move you to the farm. Good. It's got this face. Not actually, but that is the vibe. Those
You
are the
know,
vibes.
whenever you look at a picture of Jeff Bezos,
Yes.
that feeling that it gives you, that combination of anger and upset
Yeah, because
and nausea.
we don't like capitalists and we don't like billionaires. I'm sorry if you like a billionaire on this stream, or if you are a billionaire on the stream, please, we do actually love you. We want you to pledge to the Kickstarter all your money. That is how you can show your love to us in response to us saying we love you. Just all the money.
And if
Let
if you're
your money
not a
trickle down
billionaire,
to-
if you're not a billionaire but you like and support billionaires and think that they're a good thing, actually, get the fuck out. I don't know how you've survived this long in my audience, but get the fuck out. I don't want
You'll
you.
support the Kickstarter, though.
Yeah, pledge.
Yeah.
Still pledge to the
Pledge to the
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Everyone
It's
pledge
true.
to the
Don't fuck
Kickstarter.
yourself.
Pledge to it on your way out.
It has been funded, so if you're ever wary of Kickstarter because you're like, oh, I don't want to support this thing and then have it fall through, no worry about that. You'll get your book. You will get
It's
it.
true. Also, Kickstarter has been really great. It's been helpful with the promotion of things like this. It's been very stressful. But Kickstarter is also cool because if for some reason everyone else pulls out and it doesn't get funded and you still pledged your support, we don't take money from you if we fall down, which is great. So you
Oh.
can still, yeah.
Yeah, that's how Kickstarter works. But I do know that there are a lot of people where they don't want to go. They won't support a Kickstarter if they think that it won't happen because they don't even bother with the initial attempt, even though there's no
wild.
financial risk.
That's a problem.
It's a weird way of thinking, but it's not valid anymore.
It's not it's not
Yeah.
valid because we're funded. We're now reaching into our stretch goals. Currently, there's a poll being put on for our stretch goals that is which subclass do you want featured? So for 125%, which we have reached, we are choosing between a sorcerer subclass and a warlock subclass. So the two subclasses to choose from are the Grit Shaper Sorcerer, who forces magic to bend to its will as they manipulate reality with their sheer intense personality, and the Rise of the Black Coven exclusive, the Black Coven Warlock subclass. So currently, all the backers are voting in my comments on my updates for which subclass they want the most, and if we hit 150%, we will also introduce that second subclass as well.
Amazing.
Yeah! So get us to 150% so that we can put more content in the books for people. But without further ado, you guys are in the middle of combat. If you've got a battle playlist, I suggest you put it on now. Shit's about to get wild as our broken and battered party are going to attempt to fight the Black Coven. When last we left off, it was the Hellhound that had just returned from the cottage bearing a rope. Its maw is smoldering and the rope is getting charred, but it came out of the house and started running towards the pit that is open here to try to free his mistress, presumably from this hole. I will remind everyone that there is no ladder that leads into this hole. It seems that the witches were lowering the children down on a rope ladder and then pulling the ladder up behind them. It being one of the witches' turn straight after the Hellhound, all of the party cannot see what she does. So that's fun. We'll leave that at that.
Maybe she's healing Gillian.
But I want a meta game.
You can hear her shout something, but I don't think any of you speak Infernal.
According to what I just scratched into my sheet right now, I do.
Fascinating.
Does my proximity to death and pagan beliefs put me close enough to hell that I do speak Infernal?
Ooh, you raise an interesting question, and I love this. So, you, Killian, we'll get to that on your turn. So we'll give you a moment to see something because we want you involved too, even though you're dying. Or no, are you fully stable?
I stabilized. Yes, I rolled two. I rolled two successes.
Cool, wunderbar. So it is then our dear friend Elberin's turn.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do, I think, is drink that healing potion that I have.
Yes. Lewin administered his potion to you last time, so you have a potion still in your bandolier to use as a bonus action. Perfect.
Right. So what does that heal again? I think it's 2d4 plus 2?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Roll them bones.
Damn bones, damn bones. Alrighty.
Oh, good. The
there we
dice
go.
are still active.
Yeah. Once you change that setting, it just stays on. It's really nice.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that. And then Hellhound or Shed? Hellhound or Shed? Well, I think I'm gonna go in the shed, guys.
Or into the pit.
Well, yeah.
I suppose I should do something about the visibility of it is a hole in the ground. So let's do
Is
this.
like the frame of the shed still up, or is it like to the ground at this point? Like I don't know how strong it was.
There is some frame left, like probably the main supports that are burning still, but a lot of the side of the shed has just burnt away. It was probably just a wattle and daub shed altogether, like strong enough, whitewashed and solid, but quick to burn, very quick to burn.
Waddle and daub, solid enough, but quick to burn.
Yeah, fires are a huge problem in medieval towns.
True.
Which is
Y'all
why
ever
I'm
hear
studying
of-
so many of them.
Fire of London?
Listen,
so I think I will slide myself into that pit.
All right. You run up to the pit. It is easy to fall into the pit. As you jump down, do you look down or do you just tally ho?
Wasn't the trapdoor closed? No, I blasted it. Never mind.
You blasted that trapdoor.
Yeah.
The trapdoor is
open.
now non-existent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you
So
look-
I'm thinking pretty tally-ho.
All right. There is a brief moment where a witch is shouting up at Infernal, staring up at the hole, and then she just sees steel-shod boots coming down toward her. I need you. You're gonna take some damage, but so is she. So
Yay.
it is a 10-foot drop. So I'm gonna need you to roll, or it's a 15-foot drop. I'm gonna need you to roll 2d6.
Okie dokie.
We're going to see a reenactment of the Wicked Witch crushed under the house.
Oh my god. 5 damage. All right, so you're going to take 5 damage, and both you and the witch are prone. But it is still your turn. You've only used up 10 feet of your movement. I'm going to send this to back. There we go.
Pile driver.
As you land on... as you drop a house on this woman.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so you've only used some of your movement. Do you want to stand up?
Yeah, I'll stand up.
Cool. You are standing.
Do you want to immediately drop an elbow?
Is that code for Warhammer? I will definitely take a swing at her.
She is prone, so if you wanted to crack her with your warhammer, you have advantage. As she is a bit dazed because she didn't expect someone to just, "I'm coming, Killian!" and jump down the hole. Yeah, you want to give her a smack?
Absolutely. Oh, I did
Alright.
not roll that with advantage, so
No,
just
roll
another
again. Go
D20.
for it.
I guess if you do hit, we'll just keep like the 9 bludgeoning as the...
Yeah,
Oh.
so that's
What's the total?
12 instead.
Oh, 12 is just shy of hitting this woman. As she sees you, she's stunned for a moment
You
and
get
then
advantage?
quickly rolls out of the way. That was the advantage.
That
Yeah,
was the
that was
advantage,
the
yeah.
advantage.
There was a 10 and a 10 and a 12.
Just
Our
rolled
See,
middlingly.
the problem
our
is that
tre-
the problem is that you fell down and then flattened her like a Goomba, and then you tried to swing the hammer and she couldn't get any slatter, and then she pops up now.
she just quickly rolls a little bit out of the way, narrowly missing being struck by you. As you glare down at her, mostly better, and she is prone.
And I will shout at her to surrender.
Okay. We'll get to her turn when that comes. But first, we've got a scarecrow that is currently on fire.
Indeed.
Lewin, do you want to roll a d6 worth of fire damage for me? As this
I
thing
absolutely do.
starts its turn ablaze.
D6 of fire damage.
Oh, so that, I mean, that's still vulnerable to fire.
Yeah.
So it attempts to flee further. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can make it to about here-ish. As it flees the flames that it is terrified of, but it still has a ranged ability. So who is
Ooh.
within range of its ranged ability? Lewin.
Oh no.
Can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw?
Sure can, boss.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna...
If you
gonna
never
do
roll, you can't fail.
So wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw. You've encountered this
boy.
before.
I'm
Oh.
so wise. I'm so wise. I'm not wise at all.
You are just shy of succeeding as fear grips you, and you are paralyzed for 1 round again. Luckily, that round is now. But your unseen servant, in all its glory, continues onward. It soldiers on. Laying its beautiful flames, the flames of chaos, all around as it sets alight this scarecrow.
This is
Or-
fine.
The feet at the scarecrow's feet. Which brings us to Maze's
More of
turn.
a unseen hero.
Hmm.
All right, guys, what do you think? I should probably get Killian up, eh?
I mean, if you don't, I will.
Get the
Well,
hellhound.
if I go to him right now, he'll be up for his turn, right?
I think tying up the hellhound might be
Listen, no, we
I
can
don't
all
know.
just ignore the hellhound and
mean,
leave.
I don't know how much help
be
you
able
have,
to. You'll
but,
be able to 1v1 the hellhound, right?
a stiff
Well,
breeze
here's the
will
thing,
push
if
me,
I-
will
if
kill me.
If I get in the way of the hellhound and it comes at me, I can try to sentinel it.
You
Or
do
if it has
whatever
10
you'd
feet,
like
I
to do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, please don't leave me up here alone with this hellhound.
Everyone in the hole!
I can't get to the hole
Yeah.
fast enough. I'm so
Well,
scared.
if I go here to like the edge, like where can I go that I can see Killian?
You'd have to be up to the edge of the hole to see him, really.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll use healing word then.
All right, want to roll 1d4 plus casting stat, or just click healing word. That should do the trick.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, you should be able to click healing word, and away it'll go.
I'll do that.
Whoosh! Oh,
Yay.
that's a bit too much healing word. But no, it wasn't too much healing word.
Why did I roll 2 dice? That's weird.
I don't know why it rolled 2.
Also, one of them is sitting on like a point. Like 1 and 3
Yeah,
are
it's not
both, like, up
counting
in
the one
air.
that's cocked, because that's a 4.
No, it is counting the one that's cocked. It's
Really
1
funny.
plus 1 plus 3 is 4. It disregarded the 4.
Oh.
So that's
Oh.
weird. But yeah, if you hover over your numbers, it shows you the math behind them.
Oh.
Okay, do you want me to re-roll it?
No, that's exactly. It's 1d4 plus 3. So that did
Oh.
it.
Why did
Killian,
it-
you were at.
Why did it
You are at
visually
4 hit
roll
points.
2?
Who's to say why the computer does what it does? We are not men. We are mere mortals.
Hmm.
It's magic.
I mean, I'm not a computer.
Killian, you are awake now. Maze, that is your bonus
Um,
action. Is there anything else you wanted to do on your
Yeah.
turn?
Well, I have 8 hit points. So should I drink my own potion?
Ooh, you can't do both. Because both of them currently
Oh,
occupy your bonus
shit.
action slot.
Oh. I guess I could probably just radiant action then.
All right. You
To
can also cast.
attack the Hellhound.
You can fire a ranged projectile.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could throw down a rope.
Ah, the thing the Hellhound was trying to do.
Oh, wait. Yeah, but it's our rope.
Well, we only it's got our team color, which means only we can climb it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say please don't touch it. You know. He's just a devil, right? Yeah, where are my spells here? Yeah, I guess I'll just try to get the sacred flame then.
Yeah, for sure. It needs to roll a dexterity saving throw. It will do a boop. What does it get? It gets a 15, so it will narrowly dodge your sacred flame. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Shisha. Okay. That was Maze's turn. Killian, you are awake. There is a prone witch beside you. There is a shining, gleaming Elberin standing in the light of this tunnel. You are all surrounded by children in the weird hourglass chamber. And that egg is still... she caught it, actually, so she still has the egg in her hand.
Okay.
Eldritch blast. Eldritch blast.
This is,
Eldritch blast.
it will be harder to Eldritch Blast because you are technically in melee with her, even though she is prone.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Oh, you can
and if I
walk
wasn't,
'em.
actually no. What's? Yeah, Eldritch Blast doesn't have like a penalty within like, is it within 5 or 10 feet for a ranged attack against a prone person?
I wouldn't give you disadvantage for that. I would give you disadvantage because she might swipe at you with her knife. So it is still technically a ranged attack that you'd be firing at her while she can still hit you.
She would have disadvantage on the attack roll.
She would have. She doesn't get an attack of opportunity. It just she imposes disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Yes, I'm going to kip up. I still have, I believe, my dagger. I should.
I don't think you threw it, so
I also don't know what your 2 warlock spells are.
They're spent. Sleep and Hellish
Spent?
Rebuke.
Oh, right.
So yeah,
Delightful.
I'm gonna take my dagger. I'm gonna kip up, and I'm going to attempt homicide.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I'm going to shout, "Close your eyes, children!"
Love it. Yeah, you have advantage on the attack roll. She is a prone woman.
and soon she'll be a Sloan woman.
That is a hit. Roll your damage. She 5 damage.
Stabby,
Nice.
stabby.
That's a decent hit. She coughs as you slice at her. She is trying to roll. The kids are kind of scattering out of the way, the ones that can move, and she's kind of rolled up against the wall where you unlocked some kids before, and she like bumps into those dangling manacles. It is the Hellhound's turn, which strides forward through the fire set by the Scarecrow, uninhibited. Its mouth has a bunch of coiled rope in it, which it starts approaching you, Maze, but it doesn't. It doesn't go to attack you. It tries to get around you a little bit to drop that rope down the well or down the trapdoor, and so it does not technically provoke an attack of opportunity, but it also doesn't fight you. It is just lowering that rope down.
How is it getting into the past me?
Well, you're not occupying like the trapdoor's square itself. You have to be in front of the trapdoor, so it can go around you.
Isn't there a door to the shed?
Where there's only the frame left because it burnt down.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the door was on this side.
The door was on that side. The shed is not much of a shed anymore.
Okay. See, that's why I wanted to. That's what I was originally in my mind. That's why I wanted to wait to attack it, but it doesn't matter now.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, like my idea was to stop it with Sentinel so that it couldn't do that, but otherwise I could do that.
It wouldn't have provoked an attack of opportunity.
No, I was gonna ready an attack.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Gotcha. My apologies. But it does nothing otherwise. Killian, Wyla, and Elberin, all of you notice that rope has descended down into the black pit.
Does it have our team's color?
It does not have your team's color on it. It seems to be this neutral color.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, all teams can climb this rope. Wyla, for her part, stands upright Oh, she was actually concentrating on a spell. She needs to roll to see if she maintains
she's doing-
concentration.
This was witch armor or something she had, right?
Yes. Let's see what she gets. She needs to hit a 10. She doesn't have her witch armor.
Hooray!
Yay!
So her AC is not what it was. It is, or her AC is now back to what it normally should be, which hasn't helped a ton. So she uses 15 feet of her movement to stand up, and she sees the rope, and she lunges for it, and attempts to climb. This will start. Both of you will get an attack of opportunity against her. She can't climb very far, but she has climbed a little bit out of reach. Or she will climb a little bit out of reach. Oof, a 19 is a hit. A 10 is not a hit. As you hit her for 6 bludgeoning damage, she screams as you smack her as she's trying to climb a rope, and she kind of sways for a moment and hits into the side of the tunnel as the tunnel narrows towards the top. Because once again, this tunnel is a straight shoot down, and then it widens out at the base, flared like an hourglass. She looks very hurt.
Don't I have advantage on this attack? Because I want it?
Pretty please.
So close. So
Yeah.
she is not out of the tunnel yet. She is kind of in the central shaft portion, though. But that is what she does on her. No, she's gonna dash. She's gonna make it to the top of the tunnel.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, she is gonna dash action to try to get out of the hole. So I will indicate you guys who are in the hole with a little brown dot. Got a little brown dot, and she is now no longer brown dot. So she has climbed out by taking the dash action, but that is all she can do today. As she looks at the Hellhound, who has the rope.
Is it a bonus action to attack with the magic weapon?
You know, it is. Thank you for reminding teacher of homework.
Yep. No problem.
Oh, yes, it is. It is a bonus action to command. She needs to be able to see the target in order to command the weapon to attack. So now that she is above ground again, she can see both Maze, who is guarding the hole, and Lewin. Lewin, you are closest to the hammer, I always imagine it being a hammer, even though I made it daggers. You are closest to it, so she's going to make a spell attack against you.
I'm helping.
You are helping, yeah, kinda. You're helping her. You're helping the witch.
I mean, it's only fair.
She could
that
miss.
She does get the.
That's only a 7.
And
As she rises
Okay.
out of the hole, she says something in infernal to the Hellhound, and it snarls in agreement, and the fire in its mouth starts getting more intense, and the rope starts burning, and then she looks at you, Lewin, and she says, "This is for sister," and the spectral dagger slashes at you, but does nothing.
I could really help someone with that.
It is now Elberyn's turn, as you are in this hole, and you can smell smoke.
Oh, that's not great. So she's up at, is she still on the rope, or is she fully out of the hole?
She just managed to climb out of the hole.
I'd say she's
Okay.
very on the ropes right now.
Well, I am going to drop my warhammer then, and take out my crossbow.
Yeah!
Ranged options!
Yes! We finally
Options.
got
Yeah.
there!
Eos, yeah.
Thank
Eos, can I hold my crossbow sideways?
That's a
You shouldn't
6.
hold it sideways. I can't hit anything. Not using the sight.
It looks cool though.
It looks so almost
Very
cool.
cool.
Your crossbow bolt goes wide. She looks behind her as you pull out a Glock to fire at her, and you miss her narrowly, by about 50%. That's your action. Anything you want to do for movement?
No. I think what I'm gonna do now is, I'm not sure exactly what Killian is gonna do, but I will get ready to boost Killian up if need be.
Okay.
Ooh.
To help speed him up out of the pit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
No worries. I feel like that rope isn't going to be reliable for much longer.
No, it seems like the Hellhound is just gonna, instead of dropping the rope, burn the rope. But yeah, so that you guys are all stuck down there. So that's Elberin's turn. It is this scarecrow, this little scarecrow that is hanging on for dear life, where this little torch-bearing unseen servant has wandered around the battlefield pursuing it. Lewin, would you like to roll a d6 worth of fire damage and see if you can end?
No.
It live. It live.
No.
Oh, I mean,
Just slightly crisping.
He's just torturing it at this point.
You're doing the most
Oh,
damage to it. But it does a flee. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Flee.
It is now incidentally out of the reach of the unseen servant for a turn, which is funny. But that's all it can really do. It cannot reach anyone with its glare, as it flees the fire it fears so very much. Bringing us to Lewin's turn.
I love that it's just a floating torch. Like, it's just an invisibly floating torch menacing this scarecrow.
Yeah, have you all seen The Wizard of Oz? They don't like it.
Might have an idea. How far can this be? That is not what I wanted to do.
Dagger. The dagger
I
can go
just
up
wanted-
to a maximum of 60 feet with disadvantage or 20 feet without disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I could get within 30 feet to try to like throw it. Does it look bloody? Well, quote unquote bloodied.
The scarecrow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's hanging on by a thread.
Okay then. That's a great way to put it.
There's also this full woman
Yeah.
here.
There's
Oh,
other
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
There's
a full
also,
woman.
I assume, a spreading fire.
Yes.
There is also a spreading fire. There's also a magic weapon in my face. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to take in here.
Standing next to all the fire. You can just put it with the rest of the fire.
Yeah. Keep it all organized.
Yeah.
Fire goes with fire.
The chickens
That'd
are
be
running
funny.
wild.
Are the chickens trapped in the?
No, they don't really. They were like pecking around the ground. They have since.
Oh, okay. At least the chickens are.
Yeah.
Even if they were trapped in the coop, I'd assume that the coop would allow them to escape quite quickly.
True.
Yeah.
I could get within into melee with the witch to try to get another hit in on her.
You could try
It
to
would
kick her
involve
down the
going over
fucking hole.
Fire.
You could try to kick her down the fucking hole.
Yeah. Sparta.
What kind of roll would have to be done to like try to like get? Because I don't know if you can see like the arrow I'm drawing here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 30
Okay.
feet.
Because that would go over like some of the fire. Would I like what kind of roll would that be to like not catch on
Well,
fire?
presumably run around it.
Yeah, like diagonals exist. You're fine. If your arrow says you can move up to that point, you can just move up to the point. I'm not gonna make you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can just go. You can run by the well, avoid the fire. That's within 30 feet. You're good.
You can also just like run through like a little fire, like as a person. I've done it.
It's just a little fire. How much damage could it cause? 2 hit points?
I mean,
it causes
yeah,
damage when you stand in the fire.
Go ahead, touch the cornballer. You know best.
And I mean, I definitely have more than 2 hit points.
Well,
Definitely,
here's
absolutely.
why didn't I do that? I'm a fool.
Why didn't
Okay,
you do
I'm-
what?
Well, technically with Sentinel, it says when a creature makes an attack against a target other than you. So when her spiritual weapon attacked, that's an attack, right?
Oh no, we went over that last time.
Oh,
She
Yeah,
the
it's not
thing,
her
the-
making the attack per se.
The thing is also not
gotcha,
within
gotcha.
5
She's
feet of
directing
you.
it. She's just directing it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
commanding. She is technically making the
Gotcha.
spell attack, but
Mhm.
the thing is also not within 5 feet of you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm going to go, despite the fact that my health is not looking good. We're gonna go try to do a little bit of rapier. Nope.
Oh no, unfortunately not. That is insufficient. It does not harm the witch.
But doesn't he get a plus 12?
No, all the bardic inspiration is gone. Y'all are hurt. Y'all have to pull the rest of this out of your own butts.
But-
Actually,
not out of
just
mine.
said I have
Is-
one bardic
it-
inspiration left. I think I only used it once.
Oh,
Is it a stretch goal that he gets a plus 12?
hey everybody! If you all vote in the comments right now that he gets plus 12, I don't know who's watching. I never watch the chat. I'm so sorry. I'm a bad Twitcher.
Bad at twitching.
I'm bad at Twitch. But if Mage tells me that we get a bunch of people saying that he gets a plus 12, he gets a plus 12. And I totally am not just Googling the Twitch right now to verify this.
I'm just going to use that last bardic inspiration to inspire Maze.
Someone did say plus 12, a bunch of twos.
Yeah.
Bardic
That's
inspiration.
definitely higher than 12.
That is higher than 12. So Maze is getting some inspiration.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
D6.
12 million.
And that is going to be the last, probably my last conscious action.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It now comes to Maze's turn, and there's this woman who's standing a little more than like 2 feet in front of you on the opposite side of this hole. This dog is standing next to you, next to the hole, and you have.
I'm gonna shove this witch down the hole.
Yeah. Shove the witch down the hole.
Bad and naughty witches go in the witch hole.
Put you in the witch transformer.
Don't. No. That's immortal on the stream now. All
We
right.
broke the DM. That means we're the DM now.
So you need to make an attack roll first to see if you hit her, and then you need
Or
I'm gonna say-
athletics.
and then you need to make an athletics contest against her.
Oh, I gotcha. So I have to hit her first?
You have to hit her first.
Yeah, you
need
basically
make
have to
sure-
like grab her.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I just make like a scythe attack or something?
Yeah, you can make whatever melee attack you want, and then I'm gonna make you make an athletics check. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, that's god. Yeah, you hit her. You do not need to use inspiration at all. As you grab hold of her, now I need you to roll an athletics contest versus her, and she gets a whopping.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
baby!
She gets a
She gets a
whopping-
doesn't matter.
As you grab her across the hole and just drag her into the well. As she starts falling down, the hellhound's ears perk up as he looks down the well, like puppy concerned, and he stops burning the rope. As she falls, and she's gonna take some damage. She's gonna take. Oh Jesus!
Oh, Jesus.
As Killian, as you're getting ready to climb up on Elberin, this woman falls down head first, cracks her neck on the altar at the bottom of this well, and she just goes completely and totally limp. The spiritual weapon
Ooh.
vanishes.
Oh, thank god.
I'm gonna remove her from the map. The
That
Hellhound is looking down, concerned. That was your regular action, old Maze. I think you have done the most damage to a single target in this fight with that.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I
With
didn't even need to use my touch
Hey.
of death.
Hey,
No, just an
Ma-
unprepared
Maze-
fall kills
Maze
people.
didn't do any damage. The pit did the damage.
Yeah.
Naughty
Gravity
Witch is
did the
going-
damage.
Naughty Witch is going
Yeah.
in the witch hole. I can't even say it.
I don't know what's happening, and I don't want to know.
Close to the witch hole.
Well, you
Yeah.
see, Lewin. Naughty Witch is going.
Bad and naughty wishes go in the witch hole.
Naughty witches go in the witch
Where
hole.
did good witches go?
Witch
Naughty
hole.
witches
Oh, they go
go
in the
in
witch hole too.
You have to say they go
Yeah.
down the witch hole. Naughty witches go down the witch hole. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, so that's okay. So Wyla Pendle, you hear a sickening crunch, and the kids scream as she comes back down the well
Whoops.
for just a moment until they realize she's dead.
She slipped.
Mm.
The hellhound, you notice, starts fraying away a little bit, and a sigil starts appearing at its feet slowly, but it is still here. Maze, do you have any other actions or movement you want to do?
Its summoner has been destroyed.
I have a bonus action.
Mhm.
I'm considering healing myself. Like, does it look like the Hellhound is continuing to press? Like,
Well, the hellhound is the only thing holding a rope right now, which is the thing that Killian and Elberin will need to get out of the hole, out of the naughty witch hole. So if it drops that rope, they can't get out, and then you're up here alone with a hellhound for who knows how long before it vanishes.
I mean, you're not up here alone. Your good friend Lewin is here.
It can breathe fire.
It will simply erase you.
There will be no more Lewin. But yes, that is the current setup. It seems aggressive,
gotcha.
and that rope is critical to the survival of your friends.
Gotcha. Well, what can I do with a bonus action other than my healing potion?
The healing potion is
Possibly not.
probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Seven. That's a good healing potion.
That's exactly what Elberin
The
rolled.
same thing that Gareth rolled.
Yeah, nice. Did you want to move? You would. Oh, okay, perfect. Behind the puppy.
Yeah.
Awesome. It is.
I'm basically trying to get its attention and move around it.
Sure. Killian, this rope has not dropped yet.
Yeah, I was planning on doing like Eldritch Blast and then getting a boost out of but I don't have anything to Eldritch Blast right now. So I'm going to, well, as the witch lands and like breaks at the bottom of the altar, Killian's just gonna be like, what? Well, that's convenient. And then I'm going to step onto Elberin's like clasped hands to get a boost and quickly scrabble up the rope ladder. Is that
rope, yep, it
is
is
that
still
going-
intact.
is that going to be my move and my action, or does like Elberin boosting me help me with that?
I'll let you get out with one movement, with Elberin's help, so you don't need to use your dash. So you are effectively where you are on the map.
Amazing.
You know this hellhound has no reason to not drop the rope on its turn.
I'm going to. I'm trying to think of what. As I climb out of the hole, from the back of Killian's jacket emerges this sort of lump, and it starts like crawling around his back and then up his shoulder, and it pokes its head out of like the collar of his jacket. And it's this
Okay.
little horrible red little imp with pointed ears and little horns. And it crawls up his face and then kicks off as I like grasp my hands over my face. And it flies towards the hellhound with a sort of
Eldritch Blast?
sparkly and flaming trail behind it. As I cast Eldritch Blast.
I love that you're coming up with a completely different thing every single time.
So that no one knows what it is. You're looking to hit a 15.
Why is it not? Oh, there we go.
Rough nuts.
But I have advantage though.
But you don't, though.
Oh.
Wow, there's so many Eldritch Blasts. That
Yeah,
came
it delayed, so I hit it a couple of times.
out. Oh, no worries.
the
This
little imp smears across the ground.
And then
Eldrick, they need some Eldrick.
disappears with a fart noise.
this creature drops the rope, and it snarls. What is it gonna do? It's going to try to attack the person who moved behind it and pushed its mistress down the well. Part of it frays away, like I said. With its summoner gone, it seems that it doesn't have much time left on the material plane. And it turns around and it's going to bite you, or attempt to bite you, Maze. The dingo's going to bite you. An 8 will probably miss, as it
17.
as these gouts of flame go past you as it tries to snap down on you, but it misses horribly. Elberin, you are down this pit, and you have the dead witch's body, 12 children who are huddling together as best they can. The rope has fallen now that the Hellhound has let go of it. And can I get you to roll me a perception check, please?
Certainly.
I see you.
10? Yeah, 10 will notice this. Because the witch dropped something that was a little shiny, and it goes rolling out of her hands and lands upright. And it is this gorgeous yet horrifying Fabergé egg. It is black, laced with gold and gemstones, and you feel an intense discomfort just to look upon it.
Okay. I don't love that. I am going to. Well, I'm going to check her first. Is she dead?
Oh yeah, her body is broken. She landed in the worst possible way. She was dragged down head first into this pit. She landed uncomfortably on the altar, to say the least. She is gone.
Okay. Well, for now, I'm going to throw my blanket over her and the egg, and then I'm going to try to calm the children down.
Okay. Do you want to roll me a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Oh, 18. So what do you do to calm them down? What do you say?
Well, I'm going to tell them that I'm here to bring them back to their families, and not to worry. Everything's under control.
These kids they've been like, because again, that shape of the hourglass, they've been kind of as curled as tightly as they could close to the wall, afraid of everything that's been going on. They have been sorely mistreated since their capture. Some of them have probably been down here for months. They look rough, but you have a soothing presence to you that helps them quite a bit.
Here's the meat rations.
Full circle. It comes back to the meat. All comes back.
I considered you trying to use it on the Hellhound. It's like, well, maybe.
Heyo, it's the Scarecrow. On the last turn, the Unseen Servant could get up to it. The Scarecrow will try to flee the Unseen Servant, because the Unseen Servant had to dash in order to get up to the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow will then run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess he'd have to go the long way. Give me 1 sec. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Scarecrow's had a bad time.
The Scarecrow is on death's door. And it is Lewin's turn. What do you do?
What do I do? Let's see. What are my... I don't remember if... Because I think I tried using Vicious Mockery on that first Scarecrow, and I forget if it just, like, did reduced... like, it had resistance, or if it was completely unaffected.
No, it just succeeded its save.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mayhap I should have been doing Vicious Mockery on the Scarecrows more. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Next to the nice warm fire. I think the range on Vicious Mockery is 60 feet?
That sounds about right. Cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
Haha! So it needs to
Oh, right, I did the damage by accident.
That's okay. It needs to make a wisdom save, right?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
to get it fails. So your
Nice.
mockery does 3 damage to this thing. And if the target can hear you, they're not need to understand. It must succeed on disadvantage on the next attack roll, at least before the end of its next turn. Oh, this is a sick cantrip. This cantrip's so good.
Yeah, if it works, it's pretty great.
Cast that all the time. Can I take that as a sorcerer?
Yeah.
I want this as a sorcerer.
I think it is available as a sorcerer.
The scarecrow. However, what do you use for vicious mockery?
I think considering it's made.
Let's be quippy.
Yeah. It just says, looks like you're quite afraid there, friend. Frayed, like yard, like fabric.
That whole explanation is in character and part of the spell.
Yep. That's. I mean, I think having been completely beaten up, that's probably fair.
It is enough that when those words hit its sackcloth face, the straw inside of it just out, and
Nice.
all of its spare components, all of the farming implements that it has for hands, the crossbeam that's holding it together, the clothing, all of it just kind of separates and falls apart to the ground, and the scarecrow is no more. Your unseen servant, I guess it would have technically been here, stands idly by as it no longer has scarecrows to set on fire.
Can I use a bonus action to tell it to try to start putting out fires?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It proceeds forward to try to start erasing fires. I love him. I love this little guy.
I need to make a name for this unseen servant.
It starts putting out the little fires. Good boy.
Yeah.
Maze, it is your turn now.
Eberron's in the hole, right?
Elberin is in the hole.
In the witch hole.
He was a naughty witch and had to go into the witch hole.
I'm sure it's fine.
I kicked the hellhound into the children.
No.
Hey kids.
Want a friend? Well, here's a puppy.
Yeah.
We got you a puppy, kids.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be fine. Hellhound just drops into the...
Hellhound just drops in, crushes Elbrin.
Does it seem to be intent on continuing its advance on me?
Oh yeah, you killed its mistress. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a good
I'm gonna
loyal
try to get
boy.
its attention as best I can, and I will use the dodge action.
You have got its attention. It will be very vicious toward you. So that's Maze's turn. Killian's turn. What do?
I would like to... This fence is like... Is this door like ajar like it is on the map, or is this all just closed off?
I mean, you could jump the fence easily, even if it wasn't. So, yeah, for the intents of this, it is open.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump the fence. I'm gonna close that door if it's open, and I'm going to. Killian's gonna put both arms down by his side and start pulling up little bits of soil from the cabbage patch around him. And he's going to start spinning that. He's going to spin a finger over his head so that it twirls around like a lasso. And he's going to point it at that dog and fire a beam of dirt.
Beam of dirt. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Hey, kid, you want a D10 cantrip? That is unfortunately going to go wide. And Maze? Killian just threw like a little bit of dirt at you. Just...
Here, FYI, I picture Maze right now. She looks unusually happy. Like it looks like she's reveling in, like, death.
Yes, this sweet and cheery farm, terrifying. Yes, give me the sweet release of the flames.
Yeah.
Speaking thereof,
Yeah, she looks a little crazed.
It is the Hellhound's turn. It is going to turn towards you, and it is going to unleash a gout of fire. You are taking the dodge action, so you get advantage, but I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as a huge torrent of fire escapes its maw.
Oh boy.
and it is for half damage. 18 will succeed. That is awesome.
Ooh.
Let's see if this kills you anyway, though. All right, so you take 10 fire
Is that
damage.
it?
That is it. In a cone, which sets little fires, but not too much. Just little fires, just to keep the unseen servant happy. he delights
Don't
in
want
the
him to feel
flames.
inadequate.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like I picture the gout of flame comes up and she just looks absolutely unfazed by it. Like she's all burnt and stuff and her hair's like singed.
Yeah, it still hurt. Like that 10 damage would have killed most
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I will say also, these are not typical flames. They are the fires of death. They are the fires of hell. So that might jive with you extra. Where it's like, yeah, this is the afterlife. Give it to me. Fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Come on, stop trying to hit me.
my veins!
Yeah. That is its turn, though. Elberin, you're in the little hole.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and start trying to get these children freed.
Yeah, for sure. Killian had already unshackled one of them.
Yeah, I got to 1.
You got to 1.
Yeah.
So there are still 4 more kids that are shackled to the walls.
Okay.
The rest of them are just kind of loose.
Well, I will do my best to get them unshackled.
Yeah,
which
go
I
for
think
it.
will also go a ways to help and calm them down a little.
Yeah.
How did he open the shackles last time there? What do I have to do?
Did you use thieves' tools?
Yeah, I
Or-
used my thieves' tools and I just picked the lock.
Oh wait, you
Because
you
I'm not a
looked
con man.
You looked over Wyla. She has keys on her.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next move.
Yep. You free object interaction. Grab the keys off of her. You already laid a blanket on her, so you could have grabbed it next or previously. So I will say it is very quick for you to the remaining children with this turn, because it does not take long. Maybe finding the key, but no, you can do it all in one round.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, all of the children are now free, and you notice them still trying to shy away very intently from even the covered corpse of Wyla and that egg.
Yeah, that's fair. I assume that egg probably still makes us feel kind of uncomfortable, even though it's covered.
It makes you feel unclean just being near it. The covering helps. Not being able to see it helps a little bit, but it still kind of gives you an oil slick feeling.
Knew I should have invested in a lead blanket.
Lewin!
Hmm.
It's just a dog left.
Yeah, it's just a dog. There's
It's a little
just
pupper.
dog. Just a little pupper. I think I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery on it.
Aha! It rolls a
It's gonna
wisdom save.
Just gonna be pointing at it, saying "bad dog." Doesn't give a shit.
No, it doesn't. You point at it and say a bad dog, and it's like, yeah, I know. That's the point. You have to call it a
boy,
Very
baby.
bad dog.
you have to
I
call it
a good dog.
You have to call it a good dog and freak it the fuck out. But no, unfortunately, that does not register for him.
I'm gonna take some steps away from this the fire in the chicken coop.
Cool. Your unseen servant successfully puts out one little fire before heading to the next little fire. There we go. 15 feet there. Maze's turn.
Oh God, big yikes. Well, I could lay into it. I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna continue dodging.
Going to continue dodging. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That brings us to Killian.
Killian is getting very frustrated with how he keeps missing things in this fight.
That's been a constant for everyone.
Yeah.
It's been very sad. At
Uh,
least none of the enemies have scored crits on anything other than saves. Like they haven't crit hit you.
mm.
I think someone got it.
Killian's going to grasp his holy symbol of Eos and then draw some golden light out of it, form it into an orb, levitate that orb in his palm, and then just sort of send it towards the Hellhound.
Contemplate this.
Send them.
Ponder this, you filthy animal.
Let's see.
Robidity boppity.
There
Roll-
seems to
roll
be a
that roll.
delay on my Eldritch Blast button. Oh my god.
Oh.
You're the worst wizard. It's so sad. Unfortunately, that goes so far. It does not. It does not hit him.
Yeah.
Boy.
He's gonna curse under his breath in Sylvan and move over this away.
The Hellhound does not get its fire back, but it will continue to try to attack you, Maze, with disadvantage. Bit. It will bit you. Ooh, a 16 is a miss, isn't it?
It
Narrowly?
is.
Narrowly?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm 17.
Yeah.
Dodge is good.
Dodge is a great
Very
action.
good.
Monks are very strong. Look at this. Look at this ideal monk build. I was about to call you Fandolin. That is not what you are. Elberin. Fandolin is a place in the regular lore Dungeons and Dragons, not this bespoke world.
It's a place that fell and crushed a witch.
Specifically, a building. Elberin the building. Elba building.
Hill building.
Idris Elberin. Idris Elberin, please take your turn.
Okay. So this rope, how secure would we say this is?
It is coiled up on the ground in the pit.
Okay. So
Very
pretty
secure.
So it's you have complete dominion over the rope.
You were
Sorry, is it a rope or a rope ladder?
This was a rope.
Oh, okay.
The rope ladder was in the shed, but it burned.
Alrighty. Well,
You'd have had to have dug it out
see.
from their piles of shit. But
Well, and I don't want to be bringing the
Just
kids
throw
out
the
of
kids
this
out.
anyway until
Just
I know
throw
that the
them
area
out.
is safe.
Yeah, just throw them.
So yeah, I think I am going to try and sort my way out of this hole. So let's see here. I do not have a grappling hook.
it is possible to do this with a mighty athletics check, if you believe in yourself, or if you have a climber's kit on you, that will work too. If you have a climber's,
I believe in myself. I could do this.
I was gonna say if you
Just
if
do
you
a
have
high
a climber, if you have a climber's kit, I won't make you do a roll.
I do not.
All right, then I will need a mighty boy athletics check. Do you have Do you have bardic inspiration?
No, I do not.
Nope.
16.
16? Yeah. So
That's not
it is hard. I will make you use both your action. It's both your move and your action to get out of here because
Okay.
you're basically moving at half speed. Like
Hardcore.
you have to jump and then like very dirty climb out of this well. Like it is hard going for the first bit. But it takes you your turn and you are out on the well on the side of your choosing.
Okay. Well, I would tell the children that I will be right back. And yeah, you know what? Just right there is fine, I think.
Cool. Lewin, it's back to you.
It's me.
It's you.
It's me. I think I'm just going to try vicious mockery and good dog.
Good dog? Question mark. Let's see what I get. 4. It is so
Oh.
confused as it stares towards you, as it's never heard these words before. It's from the bad place, you see, and that's where all bad things come from. Roll your damage. Yeah, 3 psychic damage.
And it gets disadvantage on its next attack.
Sweet. It is now Maze's turn.
Which means you don't need to dodge if you don't want to.
So we're gonna kick this dog into the hole,
Absolutely.
right?
No, don't actually no, don't kick it into the pile. Let's not put it down there with the children.
Oh, that's what was down there.
Yeah, Maze wouldn't
Okay.
necessarily know.
Oh yeah,
so-
that's true. And
But
neither would Elwyn or
The kill,
Lewin.
well, they would have screamed. You'd have heard the kids down there. Yeah, you know the kids are down there now.
Yeah, they would have
All right,
definitely
my
screamed when
boys,
the witch
you know.
landed.
Yeah. Not all witches can fly.
Also,
But
you still have bardic inspiration on you. So.
You do still have bardic inspiration.
Yeah. I think because you use Vicious Mockery on it, I'm going to drop my shield and sickle and pull out my scythe and attack.
Nice.
Big scythe. Yeah, roll an attack roll, baby. 21 to hit. Hey, here comes the big numbers. 12 slashing damage. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Unlike the scarecrows that
I'm gonna use can I use my my touch of death?
What does Touch of Death do? Channel Divinity. Touch of Death starting at suddenly use your Channel Divinity to destroy another creature's life force by touch. When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can use Channel Divinity to deal an extra necrotic damage to the target. Damage equals 5 plus twice your cleric level. Holy cow. Yeah. That's yes, you can. This thing looks like it is barely hanging on. That glyph that was appearing at its feet, as like a slowly forming ring. When you do this, that ring explodes quickly, and it has just like a couple sigils before it connects and is complete. As you hit it for 21 damage. Frick. Oh my.
Holy crap.
You're a very good dog.
All good boys go to heaven. Damn. Okay.
Oh, this is where the alligator comes out and starts singing, right?
Oh god, no. No. Killian's turn. Don Bluth is slightly banished. Only slightly.
Killian sees Maze hit this dog with the scythe, and the Morrigan's death. Like, I assume there's like raven's feathers and just a burst of dark energy, and as the sigil sort of seals around the dog's feet, and he gets like this look of inspiration on his face. He pulls the feather out of his cap and starts writing mid-air, just scrawling this this symbol of magic, and then blows it towards the ground at the dog's feet. As I cast.
Nice.
Eldritch Blast. You need a 15. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, oh Killian.
And it just does.
It's nothing.
It just it travels really slow, like I blew a bubble, and it just doesn't reach the sigil at all.
If this thing was not pissed at you before Maze, with the Raven necrotic energy that has just channeled through it, and you saying it's a really good dog, the aspect of the Morrigan kind of surrounds you, because when you channel Divinity, you pull a fragment of that being into you. So there is just a wild, untamed fey look about you. Unknown, uncontrollable, unpredictable. Your hair looks like raven feathers for a moment. Your face gleams with the light of twilight. Your eyes have this somber glow to them that, though they are pitch black for a fraction of a second, they still reflect everything perfectly. And even for a moment, you're dressed in armor, but for a moment you seem like you are made. Your gown is made of gossamer and spider's webs for just a moment before it's gone, and it hates and reviles you. If it didn't hate and revile you for killing its mistress, this would have done it, as it makes an attack with disadvantage towards you. But because of the good boy, you're the really good boy, just echoing around in its head, it's so distracted and it falters miserably.
I'm so happy because that would have.
Oh.
That would have.
Actually, wait. I should have done this. Well, a roll played is a roll played, but I do need to see if it would have gotten back. Okay, it would have. Okay, and after it falters, you see that fire return to its mouth. As it is ready next round, because I already made the attack roll because I forgot to re-roll for its breath. As it is ready to spew another gout of flame.
It's just thinking about how good of a boy it is.
Yeah, I was distracted. It's got very bad int. It is smarter than it is as smart as people. It's not as smart people. It gets distracted by its spacer instincts. Elberin, it is your turn. You're out of the hole.
Well, let's circle around this hole and hopefully put a pin in this so I can get the kids up.
You are flanking. You have advantage.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Ooh.
Looking for a
Flanks
15.
for nothing.
That is
Don't.
a hit.
Oh yeah.
13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
As
damn.
you
Get
bring
bonked.
your warhammer down on this thing on its back, because it's facing Naze right now, as that fire is about to escape its mouth, you crack it so hard it hits the ground as that sigil completes at its feet, and this thing just gets pulled, siphoned straight back to hell. There's like a bit of its pelt and some bones that remain as its physical form just kind of gets left here in parts and pieces, but its essence just gets vacuum sucked back to the abyss as these strange demonic hands grab at chunks of the hellhound and pull it away. And you are all out of initiative.
Yay!
I immediately go to
Justin
start trying
makes
to
me
put fires
feel
out with my
good.
servant.
Bum, bum, bum. We won't finish that because we don't want to demonetize or get us banned or anything.
True.
Copyright. If we do it really out of key and really badly, with the Unseen Servant's help and all of you together, the Unseen Servant is very quick to draw water out of the well and start sloshing water onto the fires. There is probably no saving this barn. That fire has taken too quickly and too well, and the barn will burn down.
There were no more animals in the barn, right? The
No,
cows
they were out to pasture. You can
Okay.
kind of control the fire so that nothing else gets damaged, but that fire is cinders, sending big plumes of smoke up into the air, which will signal the villagers that are out and about looking for the kids. Fire like this doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
But with some effort, I assume some of you have rope on you.
I
Yeah,
also
that's
I have
kind
rope.
of
I
my
also
first
have-
order of business. Yeah.
Yeah, Alberin. I have I bought a rope I bought pittons and a hammer as well, so we could use that to like stamp down the rope for a little bit of leverage.
Yeah, I mean, some of these kids are going to be pretty young too, so I'm going to get back in the hole once we get the rope attached here to kind of secure everything.
I won't make you roll for it. You have the means, your adventures, to secure. You can tie a knot. So with your joint effort, you can get all of the kids out of the well. They are frightened. Many of them have a hard time looking at the light of day, but they are kind of in shock. Like they don't know what to say or do. Many of the kids just kind of hunker together, comforting each other as best they can. They look very malnourished and eagerly accept any food you can give them, any water you can give them. No, they will. They will.
I have 15 rations right now.
They can't eat too much at a time, but they will eagerly eat probably about 2 or 3 of your rations altogether, because that's like food for a full day. So between these kids, they eat eagerly. Some of the kids are tending to the youngest ones because there was 2 babies amidst this lot.
I also offer my water skin to any of the kids that are looking dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you guys want to take care of this fire, I can take them to the farmhouse and we can rummage around and see if there's anything for these kids. But it's more comfortable in there, I think, than it is in the middle of a bunch of fires.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Elberin, you go to the farmhouse with the kids, and you start rummaging around, and you do find in the Pendle sisters had a pretty open concept. They had the kitchen and workroom, and then their shared bedroom. There were 2 trunks in the bedroom, one of which had some of the children's personal effects in it. So they were wearing pretty much rags, or what remained of their clothing was in rags, but they had some other small things that the Pendles had taken from them. So just small little trinkets, odds and ends, little toys, and probably these were used to lure the kids away as well. In another one of the chests, and you have the keys, so there is no issue in opening this. You took it off of Wyla. One of the chests has treasure in it. Treasure that seems very unlike it would have been just lying around. So I'm going to get you to roll an insight check. All of you can. All of you can roll this.
Ooh.
I'll let
I
you
like
roll.
rolling.
Get you all involved in the RP elements.
Oh, I think I accidentally rolled with advantage.
Oh, that doesn't matter. We just take the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Maze and Killian buy these treasures, these things in the second chest. It is very clear to you that these are some of the things, and probably that horrifying egg included, were things taken from that crypt that you had found on the Samson property. Lewin, it makes sense that you don't know because you don't know about the crypt.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what the crypt was about.
Yeah, which your party can inform you about. But you find a beautiful ancient necklace of jet and tiger's eye. If someone wants to take notes of the treasures. You find a set of gold teeth as well.
Gold teeth. Damn.
And an ornate spell book. This is also the part of the adventure where, spoiler alert to everyone at home, and this entire thing is spoilers. This is the part of the adventure where we determine how the rest of the adventure goes. So I have mentioned before that a lot of my inspiration for the replayability of this comes from the Taroka deck of Curse of Strahd. So I really like the idea that every time you play through Curse of Strahd, it's a different adventure. So right now, and since it's Mage's stream, I'm going to get you to roll something for me to determine what the additional item is. I need you to roll 2d4 for me, my good sir.
I got a 3.
Wonderful. So there is a note hidden among all these beautiful treasures. It is on fine parchment paper. It is written in beautiful red ink. There is no imprint or seal. And it has a very simple message written on it. Unfolding it, it says, "You've earned the right to your little experiment with the coffer. When it fails, head to Sadril with the prize. Morgana." Signed, Morgana.
Looking cool, Joker.
What? I don't...
I'm sorry.
Fuck you, Tyler. Morgana's the little cat bandit from Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Well, thanks for playing, everybody.
You garbage man.
This is a Persona 5 stream now.
What kind of goddamn nerdery is this?
Sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I was thinking this would happen.
Dark Souls is canceled forever.
Oh.
You've earned the right to your little experiment with the coffer. When it fails, head to Sadril with the prize. Signed, Morgana. Now, it doesn't take an insight check to realize this coffer or this prize, whatever the note refers to, is likely that very disquieting egg, which no one has said they've taken the witch corpse or the egg out of the pit.
Nope. I mean, still down there. The kids were my priority, so.
Cool. Did you want to remove the egg and or the corpse from the pit?
Or I would have mentioned the egg.
Both Killian and Elberin would have seen it, so.
If Elberin doesn't do anything with the egg, after the kids are out, I think Killian would definitely go down there and get the egg. We probably should just also get the corpse out to dispose of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the corpse of both the sisters. There is a bunch of burnt scarecrows.
One of them died right here.
Yes.
So just throw her in the barn.
I mean, if you want to get rid of the bodies.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
I mean, I will say that at this point, we don't really have any solid proof aside from the children that we didn't just roll up to murder these women and burn down their farm.
Yeah.
As you find this note, also, I need everyone to roll perception checks. We'll say between all of you, the fire will be taken care of, except for the barn fire, which will claim the barn, but be controlled. Maze and Elberin, this is actually appropriate because you had heard it before as well. After finding this note, you hear the snap of leathery wings hurriedly flying away from the windowsill.
Huh.
Do you do anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'll look for the source of the noise. It's come up a few times now.
Sure. Elberin, roll also an insight check. Okay. Give me 1 second. Da-da-dum. So you look to the window and you look around, and you can't see anything immediately, nor can the rest of your party. And you get the sense that whatever is flying cannot be regularly seen.
Well, thankfully, I do have otherworldly senses. I'm going to use my divine sense. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. You send out your consciousness, and you open yourself to the light of Eos, and your senses expand for a moment, and there's a presence that pings, and you smell this scent of sulfur and brimstone and the taint of the underworld, as you sense the presence of a fiend quickly flying away, but your eyes can't trace it. With that knowledge, and if you share it, I'll let everyone roll either a religion check or an arcana check.
I would definitely share it.
Where are we located right now?
You're kind of in Hammer space, like or in Calvin space. I don't know.
So kind of all around.
Scott kind of sounds like they're underwater.
A little bit.
Really? Better?
Yeah, you're
you
better.
come in a little
Are you
clearer
better?
now.
Better?
Yes.
Killian, you're
I know why.
Killian, you're finally a good wizard.
Hey, I found a book.
You found a spell book. You know all the magic now. Maze, you upon hearing this description, like the scent of brimstone, flapping wings, invisibility, and Killian, same thing. You from a different route because you pulled a facsimile one off of your face and threw it.
Those little fiends.
But Maze, you know this is likely an imp, and Killian, with your Arcana check, you're pretty sure it must have been someone's familiar summoned
Ooh.
and watching invisibly, monitoring everything going on.
Devilry.
Whoever sent the familiar likely will know everything that happened here today.
Oh no. They know of our deeds.
Oh no,
Where did it go?
they know that I'm
I asked,
inept at
Elbert,
arcane
is it still here?
blast.
Sorry?
Is it leaving? Is Elberin can still see it, or is it like taking off?
Elberin can only sense it for a fraction of a second. So he gets to sense its presence for one round before his sight vanishes on it, but he would have sensed it flying away to the north. Within due time, an probably angry but more concerned because fire is deadly, party of villagers also arrive on the scene, and they see everything that has happened. They see first the bodies piled in front of the now completely cindered barn. They see that the fire has otherwise been contained to just the barn, luckily. And they see next their missing children. And there will certainly be time for questions later among many of them, but most of these people are overjoyed, and messengers get sent running back to the village, and carts are fetched, and within a few hours, depending on if you want to stay here yourselves or if you want to try to get the kids back up the road, or if you just want to take a rest and wait it out here. Either the village, for the most part, will congregate in its entirety at this farmstead, or you can bring the kids back up the road with you. It's your choice. If you stay here, the village will come here.
There were still some things that Lewin came across that might be worth reinvestigating. So Lewin will. It's just like we should probably stick around here, because I remember last time there were like the shallow graves in the fields.
Yeah, you will all effectively get a short rest. Also,
A short rest, you say?
a short rest to say, Mr. Warlock. Soon, I love a Bard Warlock combo in a party because they are like the short rest champions. You just need a fighter or someone to take like 2 levels of fighter, and then suddenly, chef's kiss. Your short rest is where it's at.
Question.
Answer: daily double.
The farmhouse.
Yeah.
Was fairly untouched.
Yeah, pretty well untouched by the fire. The kids were hanging
Do
out.
they have
there.
a kitchen?
Yeah, they had the kitchen and work area.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bag of. Do they have any flour?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take a bag of flour.
I know what you're planning. I love it. Absolutely, you can add 1 bag of flour to your inventory. So much that was otherwise in the storage shed itself is now burnt and destroyed and irrecoverable. Same thing with anything that was in the barn. But you figure most of their crimes revolved around the Samson farm and the kidnapping of these kids, which is proof enough. The testimony of all of the kids able to testify is damning evidence, to say the least. Not only finding the kids hale and whole, but that they are willing to that they are eyewitnesses to their own kidnappings, which is very good. So if you guys don't want to escort the villagers, many of them will try to get the kids back. So carts will be brought down, and most of the village will bring the children back to town. And there will be a moment where Father Simon looks over the wreckage of the farmhouse and the bodies of the Pendle sisters, and he sniffs. I see. So it seems there was more devilry afoot.
Oh yes.
And what of Lucille's involvement?
Lucille was not present. It was the Pendle sisters. They were behind the children's kidnapping.
Indeed. Well, we'll certainly see.
They were also behind the framing of Lucille as the culprit.
Were they? I see. Well. And he sucks his teeth a bit, he purses his lips, he clicks his tongue. Certainly. If she is completely innocent, we will see her shortly then. Is that not so? With Abigail in tow?
Potentially.
Ah, yes, Lewin, excellent. Anyone who's rolling hit die get extra 1d6 for Song of Rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Oh shit.
I can heal myself.
God, again, like party of bards or a party of 1 bard and a bunch of warlocks. Again, I forget what level you get to refresh your bardic inspiration on a short rest, but
Oh,
I got that in my con.
it's so good. Just taking we had a fight. We'll have some tea. Everyone roll 1 hit die, get your spell slots back, and get an additional D8. I think by the time you have
D6. Oh yeah, it does go up eventually.
by the
That's
time
what I'll do.
you get the short rest refresh, get all your spell slots back, get all your inspo back, get everything back, and away you go. So this wrap up takes several hours, and it is getting close to evening time at this point. By the time the kids are carted away by the villagers, I assume the party, you all would have looked around the farm more intently, but stayed more or less close to the kids until the carts came. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
I mean, for Lewin's part anyway.
Yeah, just make sure the kids are okay. Oh, look at you guys. See, now you're rolling awesome for stuff. Just healing.
Also,
I think I'm
Elbert,
only gonna use the
Gareth,
first
if you're
hit
not full
dice, 'cause
health,
I was
you
almost,
get
I was
another
basically
D6.
healed anyway.
So it is close to evening, but Lewin, you had said that there was stuff that maybe should be investigated further.
Yeah, I guess talking, you know what, probably talking to Killian. On my way up here, I came across some bodies that were buried in the fields, and I found this, and I'll pull out the pouch of pink dust, assuming it hasn't mysteriously vanished.
No, not at all.
Awesome. Do you have any idea what this is?
Do I have any idea what this is?
Yeah, roll a straight int check.
Oh, that's my arcana.
Yeah, it's very lovely, decorative sand. Maybe it had some sort of spiritual significance to it.
I relay that. Also, what was rolled for that healing word? Because I just registered it as I'm awake now, and I didn't actually write down my hit points.
4. You
4.
had 4.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or
It was minimum, unfortunately, but hey.
Also, Gareth, I don't know if you're full health now, but
Oh yeah.
okay, so you don't.
I
Even
was
need
only
the
down
D6.
by like 4 or 5 hit points after that healing potion.
So you don't even need the D6 from the.
Nope.
Good. Excellent.
Once again, your bardic abilities are worthless.
I mean, Scott used it. I used it. I needed it. Yeah, with that.
do we have
could
any
be-
health potions left?
Ooh, I don't think you
Mine's
do.
gone.
I think you all used up your health potions.
Yeah, we all did. Because I
Yeah.
used mine on me, Elbrin used his on him, Lewin
Okay.
used his on Elbrin, and you drank yours in fighting the Hellhound.
Actually, I'm not sure if I did do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I tried to identify what the pink dust was. I think I picked it up, said, "Oh, that's weird," and then
Yeah, you said I'll get to this later.
yeah.
I love the trinket table because the trinket table ranges from things that are clearly like minor magical items that just have like cool sensory effects to this is just pocket sand. It's nice pocket sand. Just pocket sand.
Oh. So,
But
from
it's-
the,
It's just cocaine. You're just carrying around a giant bag of cocaine.
But you do have colored sand, which I don't know if you can argue it's spell component or you can argue use for it. Give her. I love when people are like, "Hear me out." This is
okay,
this is-
yeah,
this is-
I'm
this is
adding
good.
bag of pink sand to my inventory as we speak.
Also, can you imagine how fucking confused someone would be if you like broke into their house and just like left pink sand there? What a fucking red herring that is. Perfect cover for a crime. Sorry, I shouldn't be giving you these ideas. So yeah, it is close to evening by the time all of this wraps up and Father Simon visits and then walks back to town. You can hear the villagers laughing, crying a ways up the road. And you are left with and the villagers would have said upon hearing this, they probably would have carted the bodies back to town as well, leaving, of course, the scarecrows and everything else on the farm. They have no concern of that, but the bodies technically have process. The kids need to be able to identify that these, yes, were the people that kidnapped them. So you don't have to deal with corpse removal or disposal either.
I do actually, if I could, during this whole like the village showing up and running back and forth, if I'm gonna ask someone to bring me a shovel.
There's a shovel on the farm.
Oh,
Absolutely,
perfect,
there's a shovel on the
amazing.
farm, yeah.
Because yeah, I don't think we should necessarily tell the villagers about the body out back until we investigate the body out back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, and Lewin doesn't bring it up like in the middle of everyone. He like would have, I imagine like calling Killian aside and be like, "Hey, I found this," and there's like bodies in the field.
Yeah.
I did not assume.
Yeah. It's just that I remember earlier. I don't think any of us have a shovel or any digging
No,
implements.
I do not have a shovel. I have a costume. I have 2 costumes.
You can add to your pack
Yeah.
shovel, Mr. Killian.
Yay.
So you go into the pasture out back. The cows, normally called home at this time, kind of reflexively come back to the barn and then just look concerned at the wreckage. As you walk past the concerned cows into the fields, it does not take you too long, Lewin, to lead your party back to this very loosely buried body, because you had uncovered it and then just kind of pushed a bit of dirt back over it. And unburying him, this man looks like he was once a traveler. He looks like he's dressed in clothes a bit different from the region, so he likely didn't come from Ravensburg himself. All of you can roll investigation checks or insight checks, whichever you'd like.
Also, another thing I'd like to grab from the farm if possible. Is there just any rope?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're going back down. You're like the top of the rope was burnt off, but the Hellhound dropped a whole spool of rope into the pit that you can just have.
Amazing. Because I don't have any, because I took a scholar's pack.
Yeah, Lewin. Oh, Killian also. Killian and Lewin poring over the body together. You ascertained that this guy, he was likely a traveler, like I mentioned. He probably looked at the farm, the Samson farm, and got too close, and was likely attacked by the scarecrows, given the nature of the wounds. Though they're older, the wounds on his body look like claw marks and not knife wounds. So it was probably the
Is
scarecrow.
he missing any teeth?
Like,
do the gold teeth we have look familiar?
No. You presume those gold teeth
Okay.
came from the crypt.
Okay.
No, he's not missing any teeth. Maybe like one or two from decay and like animals carting stuff off or something. From
The
just
villagers probably
He doesn't
not
have any gold
wander out
teeth,
a
right?
mouthful of gold teeth.
he doesn't. No, he looks like a wanderer who tried a farmhouse and a barn to stay the night, was attacked by scarecrows, and then buried by the Pendle sisters.
Oh. Poor bugger. So what is this of a crypt?
Do any of you inform Lewin? So I can do the synopsis if you'd like, or if you guys can explain it in your own words.
I think a synopsis
I don't
works.
think Maze would have explained it.
Yeah.
So, on the Samson farm, underneath their farmhouse, or underneath the barn, I should say, was a ruin that you all presume the Pendle sisters acquired the farm because they learned of the ruin's presence, so that they could excavate it. Most of the ruin was flooded, but that probably didn't stop their inanimate scarecrows from going underwater to retrieve things, namely this strange and frightening egg, as well as a couple other odds and ends that were likely excavated from those broken coffins and crypts. The rest of the ruins you did not visit, but you did come to a frightening library with books very unkept and moldy and crumbling from the years of neglect, and you encountered some shadows that luckily were drawn to an ever-burning torch.
It sounds like you've run into quite the problems.
Yeah.
Actually, it was super easy, like barely an inconvenience for them. Maze channeled divinity and solved the problem.
Yeah, it was just like turn undead and good night.
Yep. Goodbye.
It's super easy.
I mean, I
barely
wouldn't
an
go back there.
inconvenience.
Don't go back there. Yeah, don't go back there.
Yeah, never go back. No one can ever go back.
Leading you to, it is now almost sunset as you have reburied this. Or do you rebury the body? What do you do with the body?
I mean, yeah, a proper burial is probably the thing to do.
Mark it somehow. It's just so that no one ends up digging it up late, like digging the fields later, and it's like, oh god, there's a body. Ah.
Sure. I'll
Make
get
him
everyone.
into a scarecrow.
I'll get everyone to roll one last insight check.
One last
He's-
insight check
He's
before we
not
just die.
dead!
Uh-oh. I accidentally rolled twice.
No, that's okay.
I'm bad.
Maze, you start performing. You're the only. Well, actually, no. Elberin, you were also a man of the cloth. Together, funeral rites are easy enough for you to perform as you reinter this man. Even the Church of Eos recognizes the Morrigan's special privilege when it comes to funerals and funeral rites. And she is more an entity of harvest and abundance in life, and the Morrigan, the end of that life. But your assistance still helps with Maze, makes things easier, moves things around a little bit smoother. But Maze in particular, as you were performing this, the thought crosses your mind, and perhaps it is because it is a morbid thought. How many more people might be buried on this plot of land?
Do I kind of like look around and see lots of mounds everywhere?
That's difficult because of how overgrown the grass is. You think searching this entire field would be best done with hounds or a search party. It would be very difficult to just. You could do it. It would be better in the daylight, and it would take you hours upon hours to do it. But you lay this man to rest and provide him his funerary rites.
I'll use one of my sticks of incense.
I play a dirge
Oh,
on the pipes.
Elberin, Maze, and Lewin. Elberin and Maze, I'm going to get you both to roll religion checks, and I'm going to get Lewin to roll a perform check.
Ooh. Nice.
It is a moving dirge. It is very sad, and I feel like all of you are probably tired at this point. So it's one of those ones that it's right here. Maze, you're performing the sermon well. It's kind of rote for you. You don't have an emotional attachment to this man, but you have a respect for death and the dead.
I'm also kind of new at this.
Yeah. You're new at this, but you're like, yeah. Elberin, you know the rights, but you don't know them by heart. So when Maze says stuff, you're kind of like, and also with you, and also with you, and your spirit,
Yes.
Yeah.
Praise be to the mother, and may the Morrigan keep you. Yes,
Yes,
the
that-
Morrigan, that one. Very good. The spooky lady who takes you down under.
Takes you to Australia, where you go when
Takes-
you die.
Yeah, right? There was a time when people literally believed that, like,
And then
because hell was flat, if you just dug down far enough, you would get there.
And then as soon as a land down under is mentioned, Lewin
then
just bursts out a pan flute rendition of Land Down Under.
I mean, we've known since ancient Greece, but the knowledge was not necessarily disseminated. Like, some people believed that, like, the flip side of the world had purgatory because, like, when Satan fell to earth, he, like, displaced all of the earth that was displaced from hell, just formed Mount Purgatory on the opposite side. Discovering Australia put a stop to a lot of these notions. Anyway, by the time your funerary rites end, it is nighttime. It is quiet. It is calm. What do you do, and where do you go? And by nighttime, I mean it's like probably like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Well, I think that's been a full day of investigation. I think we deserve a rest. Back to town.
We saved the kids.
Not staying out here in the middle of the night.
We did it.
You did.
Unless anybody else is like going to, Killian would have recovered that egg, and therefore has it.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I probably would have spent some time just trying to discern the properties of it, because like it keeps snapping back to the pit. So like I just want to see, like, does it feel like it's pulling if I'm holding it?
No. It just seems to fall upright.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't like go back towards the
Yeah,
pit. It just
like a cat.
stays up.
No, it doesn't seem like it should, but it stays upright perfectly, like as if there was a base supporting it. Investigating it, you notice it has a small seam and a little hinge and a latch.
I hate that. Does it seem like it can open?
It seems like it could. Do you try?
I would like to try with Elberin around.
For sure. This is during like the wrap up of everything.
Yeah.
No, try as you might, you cannot open this thing at all. It's like it's stuck with glue or something.
Devilish adhesive.
Yes, sovereign glue. No, it seems that there's no way for you to open it manually yourself. Like it is stuck so well that physical force is not enough to pry it open. And you get the sense that the feeling that this thing gives you is that it is magical in nature and probably has a specific mechanism with which to open it. Without the use of the identify spell or similar types of magical investigation, I can't give you much more information than that. But luckily, after you make it back to town, you've carted this infernal egg with you. It does feel less eerie when it's in your bag. Not completely out of sight, out of mind. You still feel that gnawing sort of presence a little bit. But
Can I find in the farmhouse like a small like a jewelry box or something that would fit this egg?
Roll me a d20. Just roll me a flat d20. Did they have a jewelry? No, they would have feigned good old farm girls for as long as they could. So no, they didn't have any of the trappings of wealth. They had them secret, but they did not have anything on display like that. So they had the gold teeth and that necklace, but they probably would have put that necklace in the jewelry box.
Okay, I'm gonna grab just some cloth or bed sheets or curtain. I just want it wrapped up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want it loose in my
Is
bag.
there pieces of that hellhound left over?
Yes.
Can I take them?
Sure. There's a pelt and a couple bones and fangs.
Nice.
The rest was vacuum sucked straight to hell as Elberin flushed it down the drain.
Divine flush.
Get down! So yeah, you sleep restfully. You try to return to the mayor's house, but find late at night the doors are locked.
How dare they?
Does it seem occupied?
It does. There is a cat sitting on the doorstep. A little black cat you are very familiar with.
Oh, there you went to go.
I'd like to knock on the door.
Tentatively, very frightened, the mayor comes to the door. Oh, adventurers! You're back! Oh, they told us
Yes.
everything was wrapped up and that we didn't have to worry. But we were still worried until you came to town. Please, come in. And you are able to have a full rest. And
Oh, yeah.
I'll go sleep at the inn.
you go sleep at the inn? Sure. The cat will follow you to the inn.
Hey.
And when you get there, and when you all rest for the night, you all become level 3.
Oh, snap.
Gaspoo.
Lewin, in the morning, you awaken to the sound of someone busying about the inn.
That's odd. Slowly get up. I imagine Lewin's not graceful at all in the morning. Just kind of sloughs out of bed. Oh, that's what time? Oh no, what time is it? Oh, now it's too early. Anytime.
It is too early, but you hear voices downstairs.
I think first, Lewin almost instinctively starts stomping on the ground, he shut up, but realizes snaps right before doing wait, no, that's a bad idea. Gets down, puts an ear to the floor.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. See how well you hear. Well, what's your passive perception, actually?
Passive perception is 10 plus my perception score, right? So 11.
Modifier 11. Yeah, roll me that perception check. You don't hear it offhandedly,
Okay.
or you can't make out words offhandedly.
That's performance. There we go.
Perception. I'll give you this. You can tell that it is a woman's voice and Heinrich's voice.
Okay. Does it sound like just casual conversation, like not like Heinrich's in danger, like?
Nope, just casual conversation.
Okay. Well, Lewin, upon hearing that, is puts more at ease. So yeah, okay. Gets some stuff together, like the basics of being presentable. Not the whole getup, probably. Just gets a hat a little bit kilter. Goes down the stairs. Is the cat still here?
The cat is downstairs, as
Oh.
is Lucille, who is taking chairs off of tables and busy tidying the inn and making some food for her father. Lewin, you're awake. Welcome back. I am sorry I didn't say hello when I came in, as she wipes her hands on a cloth. I thought it best to sneak into the village at night. Everyone was out fairly late celebrating, so I thought best to avoid all of that.
Where did you get off to, anyway?
By the woods, a little north of the village, there are some standing stones. They're sacred to the Fae. I was hiding around there. It's a little closer to the Fae wood, and I didn't expect them to come near me.
Diego did mention the rocks, the place where the rocks are. I had no idea what that meant, but
He's a cat.
that he is. He is very much a cat. And honestly, I'm not sure why I put so much effort into trying to get a word out of it.
He's quite clever, but he is still a cat at the end of the day. The cat grooms himself and just stares at you, as it locks eyes with you as it licks himself. How are you feeling after your ordeal? I heard it was pretty harrowing.
Yes, it was. There was a hellhound. The Pendles were witches or cultists or something. I'm not entirely certain, but they were certainly no good. This little bugger led me over there, just kind of gesturing to the cat.
He is good at directing people. Well, I'm glad you're safe. And thank you for taking care of my father while I was gone.
Oh, it was hard. It was hardly the most difficult thing I've had to do in the last few days. Think nothing of it.
It meant a lot to me. She goes over and she gives you a big hug. Your friends, I believe, are all at the mayor's house currently. I don't know if they'd still be sleeping, but you're welcome to spend as much time here as you'd like. You are always welcome at the Apple Blossom Inn.
Perhaps one day put on a performance here when there's more people around. I happen to be quite the musician.
We don't get many, but now that I'm back, hopefully full-time, I'll be able to start drawing in at least the regular villagers for dinner.
Sounds like a date. I need to go put my face back on if you don't mind.
Take your time. She goes over and she starts speaking with her father, just casually checking on him. The rest of you wake up, and it is very evident that other than the mayor, who immediately got back home, and Abigail and Avonlea all kind of locked and shuttered the doors, the rest of the village was out partying late. They were celebrating, drinking. They didn't have to fight for their lives, so they were feeling fully fresh. All except really Father Simon, who kind of abstained from the party. But you also get the feeling there will be more parties tonight, because their guests of honor were tired and came home late. But you all wake up one level stronger. What do you all do?
Lewin finishes going through the rest of his morning routine, putting on makeup and making sure his affairs are just in order for going over to the mayor's house.
Okay.
I would like to re-examine that letter signed Morgana,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I, the player, would like to look at the map, the bigger map. 'Cause
The world map.
yeah, the world map, because it directed us to a place, and I don't know if that place is marked.
That place is marked. It indicated Sadril up here.
Oh, that's so far away.
It is far. It's a couple of days of travel, maybe like a week or so. It's 156 kilometers on foot.
Oh, okay. This is much more zoomed in than I thought.
We are roughly the size of Switzerland.
I still don't. I should have looked up Switzerland so I actually know what it looks like.
Well, just look at the size references. From tip to tip, we are looking at almost 300 kilometers.
Okay.
Oops.
And from other tip to other tip, we're looking at almost or about 200 kilometers. Give or take.
210.
Oh yeah, Switzerland is actually quite small.
And for anyone listening from the United States, we love you, but we are dealing with kilometers. They're smaller than miles, and they make more sense. I'm sorry. Good night.
Yep, everything in
Yeah, there's
multiples of
both on the
10.
map.
We have a guide up here for all of you, so that roughly 40 miles is roughly this many kilometers, give or take. I tried to get this as accurate to Roll20 as it would allow me, because snap to grid is weird for a world. I didn't design this with like a grid in mind, so this is a bit wonky. But
There is a grid. You can convert it. I see the faded squares.
yes, Roll20 likes to have a grid on things or a hex on things. So for the other maps, it's pretty accurate to the Roll20 setup. But yeah, so it would be several days travel. You'd be able to travel at about what is regular travel? I think it's 35 kilometers. No, it's 35 miles a day in D&D logic. So you'd be able to get pretty far in a single day. So it would probably take you. Oops. Really take you to about 4 days, give or take, if you're not like Russian. 4 or 5 days.
Well, no, I'm Canadian, so I measure distance in time, so that's perfect.
Yeah, 4 or 5 days worth of travel. Depending on how fast your pace is, it might take you a little longer, it might take you a little less time.
I despise your joke.
He makes a joke. I also measure distance in time.
Yeah, I heard that as a joke, and nothing has ever struck more true.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's about 2 hours away.
But I would like to, when I wake up in the morning, can I just hear the wording of that letter again?
Yes. You've earned the right to your little experiment with the coffer. When it fails, head to Sadril with the with the prize, Morgana.
With the coffer.
A small insight check, and the fact that this thing latches and hinges, you're pretty sure this egg would be the coffer.
So the egg's not the prize.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying. Like, if it's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to take the letter and the egg in the morning and pocket away my holy symbol of Eos and go knock on the door of the church, or go in if it's open and speak to Father Simon.
The church door is open, as he leaves the door unlocked most of the time, and he is kneeling before the altar of Eos and praying. He goes, "Yes," as he stands and sees, "Oh, it's you.
Indeed it is, Father.
Help you with, my child?"
As
he looks down at you from his pinched nose.
Hopefully identification of a malevolent artifact of some sort.
What be this artifact?
It's something that we found on the Pendle farm in the room where they were holding the children. And I'm going to just produce and show him the egg.
He, when he looks upon it, he has this sort of shuddering feeling. As do you, taking it out from its cloth. It gives you this sense of utter discomfort. And he kind of recoils a little bit, just a little bit. It's a foul thing indeed. There's a chance, because he's a clergyman, that he knows something about this, but it is very slim. I've never gazed upon its like before, nor have I read anything in the sacred texts. This is a malevolent item, and I think you should cast it into the fire immediately. And he leads you into his office, and he points to the hearth fire that is burning.
Killian will shrug. I mean, I don't know that it'll do much. I was hoping that you might know a better way to destroy it, but I'll try. I just throw it in, because I don't like it. I don't think it should exist.
You chuck it into the fire, and it sits kind of lopsided for a second before righting itself, as it like lands awkwardly on a burning log and then goes upright. But the fire does not even scratch it. It does not do anything to the metal or adornments. Nothing about this is hurt or harmed. After waiting long enough for something that looks this delicate to break, it does not harm it in the least. It survived an Eldritch Blast. It survived fire.
It survived. I think I tried to step on it at one point.
You tried to give it a big old stompy. Yeah, it fell with the witch and crashed onto a stone floor.
Yeah.
This thing might require a specific mechanism to destroy.
I'm gonna just like, after like a minute or two of it not being destroyed, I'm just gonna like shrug and like gesture at it to Father Simon.
He gets the tongs and like grabs it out of the fire. It is hot, unlike our favorite scene from Lord of the Rings. It is actually like rolling on the floor and hot to the touch, so you need to wait for it to cool down a moment.
Fire indeed hot.
There is perhaps someone at the Great Library who would know more about this. Have you ever been to the holy city of Alessa?
I can't say that I have. I've always wanted to.
There is both the Cathedral of Seven and the Great Library of Alexandria, and either might know of a means to dispose of this foul thing.
Well, I guess that's as good a lead as I can ask for. I've tried many things, and nothing seems to scratch it.
He makes a symbol for protection against evil, a symbol of Eos across his chest, and he holds the sunburst symbol on his tunic and just says, I'm sorry for the way things have went, and I wish you luck in disposing of this thing. If I find anything out regarding such a article, then I will let you know. By messenger, if I must, if you are headed to the holy city.
Yes, I'll be sure to. I'll consult with my traveling companions and see if that's where we're headed. I'll let you know which way we're going before we leave. And don't feel too bad, Father. It was a very stressful situation. Your suspicions, though wrong, were not necessarily entirely unfounded.
He perks up at this. So you, too, think that there might be more about Lucille?
I mean, it's not my place to say, Father, but I can say that I don't believe there's any malevolence.
When you say that, he seems to lose interest again, and he regards you holding that egg with utter disdain. Just it.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly wrap that back up.
a horrible feeling. I will also say, because you would have used your divine sense, you weren't focusing on it intently, Elberin, but when you used your divine sense, this thing would have stuck out like a miasma. You were focusing on trying to find the invisible flying thing, but because Killian would have had this on his person when this happened, it would have reeked to you. It would have stung your eyes, your ears, your nose. It left a foul taste on your tongue when you used that. Like it was just almost overwhelming. If you hadn't been like directly focused on trying to pinpoint something else, you'd have been overwhelmed by it.
Gotcha.
But the party all convenes back together. Where do you all want to meet up?
Probably at the inn.
Can I
At the inn?
can,
Yep.
can I say something something happens to Maze?
Yeah, of course. What happens to Maze in the morning?
So I think that during the night she was having like nightmares or like visions, but she couldn't quite connect the like pieces. She
Okay.
like kept dreaming about the egg.
Uh-huh.
When she wakes up in the morning, a bunch of her hair is just dead and just like has fallen out of her head, basically.
Oh.
So she has like almost has like patches of hair instead, right? And so it's really, really freaked her out. So she like has her like hood up. And is there like a place that I could like?
Yeah. Welcome to Cedric's Trading Post.
Yay, Cedric!
As you
Um,
wake up in the morning and you head to Cedric's to try to Oh, welcome back to the Conquering Heroes. Hey, I see you losing a bit of your hair there. Is there a story behind that?
It's a bit of a new fashion choice, I think.
Oh, where from?
You
know, I love to hear
the
about the
Morrigan.
The Church of the Morrigan. Oh, okay. Like that part of the sect of the Church of Seven. So all the priestesses and priests of the Church of the Morrigan are wearing their hairs like that. Hey. Oh, that's
I need a
absolutely.
hat.
A hat. Oh, for sure. What kind of hat would you like?
Wide brim, feather in it.
Yeah, I want one with a feather in it.
I've got one that will suit you just fine. Here you go. Why don't you roll me a d8 for the color it will be?
Also, roll a style check.
It's a red hat. It's a vivacious red hat. With a roll another d8 for the feather color. 5. With a bright blue feather in it, and it has some the trim around the edge of the hat is also that blue color and has a bit of a blue ribbon that ties the feather onto it, and it's quite ornate. A little older, but very ostentatious.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have any money.
Oh, well, this is 2 silver pieces.
Would you be willing to trade for something?
Aye, I love trading. This is Cedric's Trading Post, after all. What you got on offer?
What about it, like a dagger?
I'd take a dagger. It's much more useful than a hat, in my mind. But I'm not
Or
losing
my
my hair.
sickle? How about my sickle?
Oh, I'd take a sickle. Yes, a farming implement as well as a weapon. We love that. Yeah, he will absolutely trade the sickle for the hat.
Fancy hat.
Absolutely. You do also, just in
Nice.
case you don't want to trade your sickle, you have that necklace and the gold teeth if you wanted to sell those.
Yeah, but it's sort of a situation that I almost picture that she goes to get the hat before she just wants to go get a hat. She doesn't want to tell anybody.
Sure. You have it's because your palette is very gray, grim, and monotone and
Yeah.
monochrome.
So
and
I
now
show up to the team meeting like,
bam,
Big red hat.
big red hat. As you guys all arrive at the inn, and Lucille is there to greet each and every one of you with a similar warm welcome that she gave to Lewin, hugging each of you in turn and thanking you profusely. With Maze, she stops for a second, looks at the hat, and
Maze looks super nervous.
She seems almost to ask permission to give you a hug. Like she waits a second
Mhm.
to see if you will reciprocate.
Yeah, she'll respond, but in a weird very meekly.
And she whispers something in your ear, just very quickly. I knew the lady would guide you home. As she releases you from the hug, and she busies about, and she makes you all a magnificent spread for breakfast as you sit down to discuss what your next plan is.
So we're off to now. Surely we're staying tight for the festivity, at the very least.
Well, I went to speak to Father Simon, and he doesn't know any more about the prize that we won than I do in terms of how to destroy it. But he thinks that someone in the Holy City might, if anybody does.
Alessa, that holy city.
That's
The holy
the one.
city that is Alessa. That one.
Yes, I think the last thing we want to do is go to Sadril with it.
Lewin seems to have his expression kind of darkens a little bit for a moment when you mentioned Alessa.
You're from Alessa, aren't you?
Yeah. So is Elburn. He thinks it's a great idea to go to Alessa.
Yeah, Elburn, you would have been trained as a paladin of Eos, so you would have been familiar with the Holy City, the Cathedral of Seven. You'd have lived there. You'd have trained there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Elburn would definitely be a big fan of bringing that to Alessa. Can definitely find somebody to take care of that.
Sure, Alessa, of course.
I mean, the only other place that might have a lead at all would be the wizards in Theros, but I think the Holy City's probably a better shout.
So moving on, the festivities tonight, we're staying, yes?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Excellent.
Here's a question for the party. Did anyone take the identify spell?
I
did not.
I don't think I can.
It's a bard spell and it's a wizard spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that Tyler's the only person in the party that could take it.
Mm-hmm.
What about in the spell book?
You can swap spells out when you level up, right?
You can. Yep.
Ooh.
So you just leveled, so you have the option of taking it. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
I genuinely thought it was a level 3 spell.
I think
It's a level
2.
1 spell.
No, first
Oh,
level.
okay.
Level 1.
Yeah, it's first
If it was a
level
level 2 spell, then I could just take it for my level 2 spell. But
yeah, you can swap out an old spell if you want to.
I don't know if I do want to, though.
To let you know what is in the spell book, which, since none of you are wizards, this applies less, but if ever anyone takes wizard levels, the spell book contains the following, which I will write down in our little group chat for later. It contains Chill Touch, Prestidigitation, Mage Hand as the cantrips. For the level 1 spells, it has Floating Disc, Featherfall, and Expeditious Retreat. For second level spells, it contains Levitate and Spider Climb. And for the third level spell, it contains the spell Fly.
Ooh.
You don't know I didn't take a level of wizard.
I don't know you didn't take a level of wizard.
Just because I don't qualify to do so.
I built a bad sorcerer and had 14 int because I wanted to have bad physicals and everything. And I am a 1 level wizard in my other campaign and a 8th level sorcerer. It's very fun.
Oh, boy.
You get so many first level spells that you don't really prepare because you can, as a wizard, you can just cast rituals as long as you have your book. It's just such a good feature. So yeah, that's what's contained within the spell book, just in case you needed that information, and in case you wanted to not keep the spell book. It is a very valuable spell book.
Ooh.
Having access to third level spells in it means this: if you can find a buyer, you can almost name your price for it within reason. But this is incredibly valuable magic.
I think it's probably a given that it's more valuable than anything Cedric could potentially trade to us.
Mm.
So we
Then
should,
Cedric could, yeah.
yeah.
If
So
you
we should
wanted,
probably hold on to it even if we are going to sell it.
if you were planning on selling it, Theros would be the easiest place to find a buyer to give you proper market value, and your next best bet would be Alessa, and after that, likely Sadril, then Westgate, then Whitefang. Those are just like the biggest cities in the country, and Theros would have the biggest demand for it, but the Holy City would have the next biggest clientele and a bigger population, being the capital. The Tiger's Eye and Jet necklace are worth 45 gold pieces, and the gold teeth altogether are worth 25 gold pieces. So you could sell those to Cedric if you didn't want to keep them.
I think we should do. Oh, they don't read as like nasty or haunted or cursed or anything like when Elberin pings, right?
Oh no, they do not. They do not read as nasty, haunted, or cursed. They. Does anyone have detect magic?
No, I don't.
I don't have it prepared. But
I don't
could,
remember what I get at level 3, so I didn't level.
You have the option of always having magic eyes.
I might take it, but I don't. Ooh.
So there's a warlock build I wanted to do where I just take all of the eye invocations, where it's like I get devil's eyes, I get the magic eyes, I can see through illusions. There's just like 5 or 6 invocations that are all focused on seeing, and I love it. But yeah, one of them is just you could detect magic at will.
Yeah, no, I almost took it.
It's very good.
It's very good.
That's the gays
But
agenda.
If
The gays agenda.
Oh no.
it's still Pride Month, legally everyone is homosexual until the end of the month.
Yeah.
Or bisexual, or pansexual,
Yeah.
or somewhere else on the spectrum of acronym letters.
No, because the eyes, you know.
It's true.
I is a letter of the alphabet.
Heteronormativity is outlawed, banned, and cancelled until the end of the month.
Oh.
If you
It's
aren't
true.
if you aren't kissing the
Hooray.
homies, you're going to jail.
You've got to give us all a little kiss.
Gotta give a little kiss.
Just a little kiss. And then for, again, like we had mentioned before the stream, for a little bit in July in Halifax, because we get to. For those of you not from Halifax,
Go to hell. That's
Go to
not
hell.
true.
No fact.
but pledge to the Kickstarter first. Now's a great time to plug the Kickstarter. Follow NecroMageTV, and follow me on all socials. I'm at Sending Spell. The Kickstarter is live for the next 2 weeks. You have plenty of time, but not that much. So please pledge to the Kickstarter today.
Yeah, if you think you're gonna pledge later, do it now.
You won't. Yeah,
You'll forget. You'll forget, and
You'll
it'll run out of time.
You'll run out of time. You'll run out of internet spoons because nobody likes doing anything on the internet, and it's literally 3 buttons. And you think it's like, oh, I have to do it. I have to bring out my credit card. Okay, yeah, but now you've established the steps you need to do it, so you just better click and do it. Let me tell you, once you do it, you'll feel so much better. That's my story.
And you'll have a D&D book on the way.
And you'll have a D&D book. Where was I? So yeah, if you wanted to sell those things, you could get that money, which would give you 70 gold pieces to split among the party.
I think we should sell the teeth and only the teeth to Cedric.
Okay.
Because I think he would get such a kick out of that set of gold teeth.
That's true. There's probably a lot of stories he could tell. He could make up around those teeth.
Cool. So if you sell those, each of you will get 6 gold, 2 silver, and 5 copper.
6 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper.
Here's my
I'll put-
money tip. Here we go.
So I go to 3.
There you go. Lucille is obviously not charging you for your in-stay or for any of the food that she is making for you.
Sorry,
but
what was
she's a gem.
the breakdown of that? 6
It's
gold.
in the chat. 6 gold, 2 silver, 5 copper.
I have 30 gold now.
Though she will inquire, so where next are you going?
Well, apparently we're going to Alessa.
Is
I couldn't be happier.
can I-
Oh, can you? Yeah.
Can I just very quickly interrupt Lewin before he says that? And just say, Theros, we're going to Theros.
I will get you to roll a deception check contested by Lewin's flat charisma check.
Just a flat charisma.
Oh,
Okay.
As
boy.
easily as I breathe!
Maybe. You don't have advantage. So a 21. Lewin is also charismatic. So
But
we're not adding proficiency, but that's the result. Oh!
But I want
Incredible.
advantage.
But you want it just under the wire. You
Mm.
you go, we're going to Theros. We're going to Theros. And Lucille. Oh yeah, she looks funny for a second. All right, to Theros.
Yes, we think there might be someone there who can, who would know the magic of an unpleasant artifact that we've come across.
When you say this, her ears perk up. What kind of artifact?
It's a black and gold egg. It was in the chamber where they kept all the children.
What does it do?
It stands upright, and it doesn't want to be destroyed.
Does she know anything about it? I'm not sure I have ever heard of something quite like that, but if Wyla Pendle was after it, it is probably something far fouler than you can imagine. She leans in close. I have not been entirely honest. There have been some strange goings on that I've been aware of. I am a servant of the Lady of the Lake, and I've gone often into the Feywood, and there is something that has stirred. Mab herself is angry, and there are more people than just Anna and Wyla about in this world, working together. Be very careful wherever you go. And she taps you on the back before she clears some plates away.
I'm just gonna nod in recognition.
And with that, as the party prepares to set out to, in Lucille's mind, to Theros, but in reality to Alessa, the camera pulls back. The meal continues. We leave the window. And outside, the snap of leathery wings ascends into the sky. And this is where we will conclude tonight's session of Rise of the Black Coven.
I didn't order any imps with my breakfast.
I figure right now, before we hop into anything new and exciting, it was a good time to break. And we also took an extra long session last week. The Kickstarter is still running for 2 more weeks. So
What's the actual date for the VOD?
That is July 11th. So July 11th is our last day of Kickstarteringdom. So just in case anyone is planning to pledge, you have until then. Always, I will say, pledge beforehand because it helps Kickstarter see that we are popular and that people want to support us. And any extra money that ends up coming in is going pretty much to artwork, to Danica. And if you haven't seen her amazing stuff, go check out my social media where I'm posting tons of it. I've shared some of it on the stream before. She is a fantastic artist. We're doing a ton of queer character spotlights just to showcase the queer characters that will pop up. And for our scheduling for the next session, next session is the Canada Day long weekend. So I will say this here and now for everyone on the stream and everyone watching. Slight pause for that weekend, just because I will probably be away. But returning the night before for let's say a wrap-up episode before the Kickstarter ends. And then we can do kind of the campaign zone where we talk about things about the campaign, and we can dive deep into the decisions we've made, how things went, and discuss how we felt about things and things people are excited for and their fan theories. Let's get into fan theories. If you have a fan theory, put it in the comments. Does that sound good to everyone here?
Elberin's the big bad.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Awesome. So yeah, once again,
Yeah,
please
absolutely.
please subscribe to NecroMage.tv. And
There's no dot.
There's no dot. Okay, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at having a
That
sponsor.
that would be if
I'm
I was a
bad at
website.
that. Do you not own the domain necromage.tv yet?
I can't own a domain.
Yes, you can.
The government won't allow me to own anything.
I mean, I
you
guess
really own a domain.
it is kind of like renting a domain. It is more like
Yeah.
renting a domain. But yeah, NecroMage TV on Twitch. Subscribe to that. Deny Jeffrey Bezos some $2, because if you're already subscribed to Prime or Amazon Prime or whatever the fuck it's called now, you don't have to give any money.
Yeah, you
can
get a
just
free
support-
sub. Give it to me.
You get give it to him. Support the small content creators that bring the content you like. Not everybody can be big content creators. Support small artists. Enjoy Pride Month. Kiss a boy, kiss a girl, kiss someone who hasn't decided yet.
With
And,
their consent.
Kiss yourself.
kiss yourself, love yourself, and please
Go kiss yourself.
kiss the Kickstarter. We would love to have you. And
It's more like
Uh,
Kiss Starter. Kiss Starter.
little kiss, just a little kiss. Pledges start for the PDF of Rise of the Black Coven at $5 Canadian, which is like $4 US. So if you're watching from the States, it's $4. That's less than most Starbucks coffees in order to help a small creative.
And
do it
get
now
a
while you've got this-
D&D book.
Get a D&D book that you can use forever to torment
Oh,
your
look.
players.
You can even
That's
use
much
you
more
can
filling
use
than
it
a
to
Starbucks
physically
coffee.
strike your players.
Well, less so the PDF. Once again, big shout out to I guess they're not sponsoring NecroMage TV. They're sponsoring Rise of the Black Coven, but big shout out to Galaglass Games. We love them so very much for being our sponsor and for helping get us to our Kickstarter goal. And we will see you not next week, but the week after.
If Galaglass Games wants to sponsor NecroMage TV, they're more than welcome.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, I can't make that decision. Again,
Sure.
they sponsored me. People who start Kickstarters don't have money. So, all right, that is all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Rise of the Black Coven, and we will see you after Canada Day on the 10th for the last and final episode, for a very special episode because it's the night before the Kickstarter ends.
Oh,
So
that's Kismet.
that's
We didn't
it,
plan
right?
that.
We didn't, but we're going to abuse the fortune that has been bestowed upon us, and all of you are going to be so generous that night, right?
KISS.
KISS, Matt. KISS, Matt. Yeah. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. I'm signing off before this goes on longer than it needs to. Sign up for the Kickstarter. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.